Hello once again, everyone, and welcome to Cruisnick's Purgatory. I'm your host, Cruisnick X. Alongside me, Arya Stormborn.
Heyo.
And we are working our way to becoming a full-fledged Gunbreaker. So we're back here in Limsa to do the level 65 Gunbreaker quest. Now, in the last episode, we were in Ul'dah, where we were hired by a woman to basically protect her from someone who was her husband, who was supposedly harassing her. However, Sophie knew better, and it turned out that the mother had a somnus addiction and was trying to sell her child. Yeah, that one hits too close. These episodes are gonna hit some close to home targets. But who are we gonna get hired by tonight? Let's check and see. Let's get right down to it with the level 65 quest, Confessions of a Flaming Mongrel. You'll be pleased to hear that the Yellow Jackets have offered us an assignment. After taking on more than we bargained for with our previous clients, we're hoping this one will turn out to be relatively straightforward. We haven't heard what it entails yet, but I'll bet it's something important. A man called Futag Yafutag has arranged to meet us in Bulwark Hall. Let's go and see what he wants. Alright, Bulwark Hall is downstairs. That's right. Alright, there he is. Thank you for coming at such short notice. Time is of the essence, so I'll be brief. We want you to protect Guildwaits, who was until recently leader of the Flaming Mongrels. They were once a gang of raiders, but eventually settled in Limsa to extort and rob their way to a position of considerable influence in the criminal underworld. That all ended when Goldwhites turned himself in. No one saw it coming, not even the other Flaming Mongrels. He's due to give testimony in exchange for a reduced sentence, and not just about the crimes he committed himself either. All of the gangs he's had dealings with have ample reason to silence him before he spills his secrets. He's currently being held in the Morabee dry docks. Your job is to see that he reaches Limsa in one piece. So, you want us to act as bodyguards to a criminal? I don't like the sound of that. We'd be protecting the information that's in his head, which could be used to bring countless other lawbreakers to justice. It sounds like a worthwhile cause to me. It is. And before you ask why we're hiring outsiders, it's to avoid attention. If I pull too many Yellow Jackets from their posts, the gangs will figure out what's going on. Better to give the impression that it's business as usual, while using professionals like you to escort them in secret. We still need to secure the route, so I'll go on ahead and see to the preparations. Come and find me at the dry docks when you're ready. A protection mission. Before we begin, we should find out more about this Goldwhites. While it's important to place our trust in the client, I don't want to repeat the mistake we made last time. Alright, let's go speak with the locals around the Octant. Alright, let's start with old Aldskeef. No, wait, no. We'll speak to Sumdamos first. I'm not at liberty to discuss an ongoing investigation. I can say, however, that many Yellow Jackets believe heartless Kurds like Guildvites deserve nothing less than death. He and his rogues have left only tragedy and despair in their wake. Mercy would be a waste. Well, that's nice. Oh yes, everybody has heard of the Flaming Mongrels. Their modus operandi is to offer loans, increase the interest to the extent that their mark has no hope of ever paying it back, and then forcing their poor soul to obey their every whim.
If the rumors are true, the Flaming Mongrels are involved in most of the money lending and extortion that goes on in this city. Guildwights was at the center of this web, overseeing every aspect of these clandestine activities. Now that he has finally found the decency to give himself up, I imagine that his former associates would rather he kept quiet concerning their dealings.
Yeah, probably. Wait, where's Sophie and Radovan? Oh, they're in Hawker's Alley.
Did you hear anything useful? Yes, it's just as Yafutag said. Guildwights certainly has a lot of enemies on both sides of the law.
Radovan, it's not too late to refuse. Think about what you're doing.
Trust me, I have. Now let's say no more on the matter. We have a job to do.
Alright, off to Morby Dry Docks. Oh, before I continue, I might as well mention that we did get a new skill while we were leveling up. And I'm going to show it off right now. But it is the level 65, level 64 ability Heart of Light, which reduces magic damage taken by self and nearby party members by 10%. Just figured I'd point that out. I cannot hear Arya for some reason. Pika?
Pika, sorry.
Oh, you had your mic muted.
The parrots came home.
Oh. Alright.
And they're noisy.
Alright, let's talk to Futag. Oh, whoops. What did he say? All set? Good. Then it's time to bring out the prisoner. I present Gunbreaker, Scourge of Lim Salaminsa. His life is in your hands now. Guard him well.
Thank you kindly.
Are you sure you've got the right man? Quite sure. Now, listen carefully. This is important. We've scouted the road ahead, and we've spotted a group of unsavory figures lying in wait. The plan is to put them down and rush past before anyone realizes what's happened.
Well, if that's how you'd prefer us to handle it, then very well. But we'll need someone to take the lead and cut through that ambush. I choose you for that role, Chris. Show me how far you've come as a gunbreaker. The rest of us will stay close to Guildwights and fend off any that try to flank us. Futag, I give you my word we will get him to Limsaraminsa, even if I have to carry him there.
We're depending on you, Chris. Once you've cleared a path, we'll be right behind you. We'll regroup at Oshan's Embrace and assess the situation before moving on. Sophie seems like she knows what's up. Oh, I hate when that happens. DoorDash delivered the wrong meal. Alright, let's wear the designated location.
A pretty poor attempt at an ambush. Without the element of surprise, they're nothing.
Yes, very impressive. But I'll save my thanks until we reach Limsa, if you don't mind. I bring bad news, I'm afraid. Those men weren't here to ambush you. They were only lookouts. The bulk of the enemy force lies ahead. We'll take the prisoner to a safe hiding place until those rogues have been dealt with. What? Why wasn't I informed sooner? We only just received the information ourselves. I'm to take the prisoner into custody, while you are to return to your post until further notice. As for the hirelings, their services are no longer required. Now hold on a moment! Look, if you've got a problem, take it up with Commodore Rayner. They're his orders, not mine. Alright, you've made your point. Well, that's that, I suppose. Nevertheless, I'll see that you receive the full amount, as agreed. It was a pleasure working with you.
Something about this doesn't add up. Surely it would have made more sense for Food Dog to go with them. Besides, our agreement was to seek guild roads to Limsa Lominsa, and that's exactly what I intend to do. Yoto, come with me. Come.
It looks like the shoe's on the other foot this time, so I can hardly refuse. Come on, before he does something we'll regret. Ease, first it's Sophie, now it's Radovan. Whoops. I keep hitting F9 instead of F10. Eeps. Wait, why would we go past the Tempest Gate? It's right there. Why would they take him through the mines? It doesn't make sense.
She took him inside. If my guess is correct, there's no time to waste.
Nothing for it but to follow him, I suppose.
Stop this at once!
Stay out of it, sellsword! My friend's dead because of this filth! He's got no right to live, so why would you protect him?
Because I gave my word. Though he may be beyond redemption, he acts not for his own sake, but for the good of others. His testimony will make Limsa Ruminsa a safer place. Now, lower your axe.
Thank the 12 you got here when you did. It didn't take long for us to find out it was all a ruse, but by then, she'd already bought enough time to carry out her plan. Luckily for us, the three of you weren't so easily duped. Of course, she's not the only yellow jacket to bear a grudge against guildmates. But I never thought any of us would go to such lengths. A fine bloody mess this is. While we may have been waylaid somewhat, our orders to escort guildmates still stand.
Before we go, I want to thank you for all you've done. Truth is, I ain't got long to live. Even if I escape having me head lopped off, the sickness will get to me sure enough. You could have lived out your days as one of the leading figures in the underworld, rich and powerful. What made you turn yourself in? Since before I can remember, I've been cheating and killing to put food in me belly and gil in me pocket. And I was good at it too. Worked me way to the top. The top of what? A bunch of liars, swindlers, and murderers. And when I found out I only have a few moons left, I realized Limsa's the way it is because of people like me. And it ain't gotta be that way, though. Not if I say my piece. In that case, we'd best get you to Limsa, post-haste. Aye, before I kick the bucket. Lead the way.
And there we are.
Not the most direct route, but we got here in the end.
All that remains is for guildmates to give its testimony. On behalf of the Yellow Jackets, I offer my thanks.
You've kept your word. Now it's my turn. Fare ye well. Every city has its problems. This one more than most. It is high time we moved on.
Seeing as we've been to Alamigo, Gredania, Ulda, and Limsa Lominsa, that just leaves Ishgard. I don't exactly thrive in cold climates, though.
Just get yourself a decent overcoat and you'll be fine. Well then, let's be off.
Alright, we're off to Foundation. My guess is they'll probably be... My guess is they'll be at the Forgotten Night, of course. Seems like Sophie has an outfit for every occasion. She's a Viera Barbie doll. Anyway, let's be with... You know, there is a bar, like... She complains about being cold. There is a bar, like, 15 steps that away.
I'll admit, it's a fair bit colder than I was expecting. Not that it's anything to be concerned about.
That's easy for you to say.
You'll soon to get used to it, I'm sure. Anyway, Chris, it seems that instead of offering work via an adventurer's guild, Ishgard's Temple Knights issue leves. Although there do not appear to be any clients in need of protection, it is only a matter of time before something comes our way. Until then, be sure not to let your skills or your gunblade grow rusty.
And with that, we've completed another Gunbreaker quest. When next we go live, we will be completing the level 68 quest of Defections and Defenders. But until then, that is going to conclude this episode of Cruisenix Purgatory. Thank you, a special thank you to Arya Stormborn for joining us.
Yep.
And thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed the show. As always, if you're watching this on Twitch or live at PlayStation and you like this show, click the like button, click the follow button. Be sure to turn on notifications so you're well informed, and be sure to subscribe to me for access to exclusive live streams and videos. If you're watching this on YouTube and you like this video, click the like button below and leave a comment. Subscribe to my channel by clicking here. Click here to watch more by me. Click here to watch the next episode of Path of the Gunbreaker, and click here to watch the previous one. Until next time, Cruisenix signing out.